So I woke up today feeling really tired and just exhausted. And then my mind went to maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe my thyroid is off. Maybe I've been eating too many cruciferous vegetables, XYZ. And all of those thoughts were just probably making me feel more tired. And then I took stock of what the last handful of days have looked like. And then I realized I had every reason to feel tired. Today is Tuesday here, and last Thursday night I mentioned we had some friends over for dinner. So, that's a lot, that's a thing. And then the next day, a good friend threw out the idea of meeting at a park. And I said, if I had energy, I might be able to do that. And I felt like I had the energy to do that. But it ended up raining and raining. And I thought, well, everything's going to be super wet. Um, so why don't they just come over to our house? And they did for a couple hours. And it was super fun. And then, let's see, the next day was Saturday. Oh, that's when I was trying to give my husband time to rest. Well, I ended up feeling when I got home just like so exhausted and so tired. I wasn't expecting that. And then Sunday was church. And then yesterday, here in the States, was Columbus Day. And my husband, I guess he does work for the government. He kind of works for a section of Medicaid or a branch off. I don't know. But he had yesterday off. He gets these little crazy holidays off. And yesterday morning, he said, hey, why don't I take you out on a date? And I don't really take him up on a lot of spontaneous ideas. And I really want to. I want to get better at that. And the kids were all like, oh, go. And that helped me because I was feeling like, oh, the kids. Um, so we left shortly after breakfast, which was nice because then we got back. We had plenty of time to spend with them the rest of the day. But anyhow, I say all that to say my social battery has been really run low. And yeah, I just have every reason to feel tired. And as soon as I realized that, I felt better. It was like this cloud lifted and my energy started coming. And I just thought that was really interesting. And it's taken me a long time, or it has taken me a long time to get to this point to evaluate and take stock of things and also to give myself credit for things. I wish it hadn't taken me this long to realize some of these things, but it's just really interesting, isn't it? How our thoughts can play such a role on our physical well-being and our mood and energy levels. Um, so yeah. Today I am hoping to get some kefir started. I'd really like to bake some bread for the kids. I don't know if I'll get to it. We're definitely going to do school. I need to try to list some things with eBay. Yeah, I don't have a lot planned. Oh, I am excited because my husband is going out this evening to meet a friend. My husband is really extroverted. Excuse me. Actually, all of my children are really extroverted, except for my oldest daughter. She's more introverted like I am. So that's another reason why I am trying to be more hospitable, because it really blesses all my little wild extroverts. And my husband is extroverted, although he is kind of a homebody, which is kind of an interesting mix. So he wants to meet friends and different things, but it's hard for him to leave. So I have to really encourage him to do that. And he mentioned that one one of his friends wanted to get together and talk. And I said, oh, why don't you do that tomorrow night? You know, and it's really fun when he does that because the kids and I kind of have a special movie night and I'll bake something. And I mean, we could do that when he's there too, but I just try to make it different. So we're going to do that tonight. And I think I have a movie that we can watch. And yeah, come along with this simple just stay with this stay-at-home mom trying to figure out her thoughts and live life.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest.
Years ago, I ordered something from April Cornell, and ever since, I keep getting their catalogs, which are so fun to look through and to just get ideas like these patchwork leggings. I think that is so adorable. I wonder if I could make something like that. And then like this little vest, I just love that. And then over here, they have this apron. Look at that apron. I love that. And then there's also a patchwork tablecloth. If I were gonna buy that tablecloth, I would turn it into curtains. That is gorgeous. So sorting laundry is typically Felicity's job after lunch, but it has really built up since the weekend, so I'm gonna do it today. And I learned from a different woman on YouTube named Andrea Mills. That's what her channel used to be called. Really sadly, she has passed away. I don't know, maybe it's been 5 or 6 years, and it was like pretty tragic and sudden, but I learned a lot from her about homemaking and different things. She presented the idea of your kids having after breakfast chores, after lunch chores, and after dinner chores, and that really revolutionized my life. And it's not like my kids are constantly doing chores. They each have one, I think it's just one chore after each meal, and it just helps things move along smoothly so that not everything is on one person's shoulders. Yeah, I really enjoyed Andrea. She was just a normal mom and in a normal little house. I think they had 8 kids when she passed away. Now I think the channel might be, her husband's name is Tom. I don't know if it's Tom Mills and Family or Mills Family. If you type in Andrea Mills, it'll still come up, her channel. But yeah, all we do to sort laundry is we toss things in different piles. So we got a boys pile, girls pile, our pile, towels, kitchen towels and napkins. I do not fold this laundry. I will fold the towels and then people come and get their pile and put them away, and it saves so much time doing it this way. I stopped folding our laundry when I was reading this blog that I really enjoyed. It was from this woman that also had like 8 or 9 kids, and she stopped using dressers and she would use like bins, like clothing storage bins, or it was like this shelf with different bins in their closet, and she would literally just put the clothes in there. And she encouraged you to stop folding their clothes and just put them in there. And that was like, I think I thought, like, I can do that. And it was just, yeah, it was amazing. Like, the amount of time and pressure it took off me for this. Hold on, I don't know what's going on with this little hat. Oh, okay, it's just inside out. Isn't that cute? But, you know, some people might really like folding laundry. It might be really relaxing to them. I love doing dishes. I think that's really relaxing. We don't have a dishwasher. That's something that doesn't get overwhelming either because of the breakfast, lunch, and dinner chores. So breakfast, Felicity does the breakfast dishes, which typically aren't that many. Boaz does the lunch dishes. And because my two oldest ones aren't usually home most or a lot of the day, they do the dinner dishes every night. Somebody washes, somebody dries and puts away. And then I do the in-between lunch and dinner dishes. Because, you know, dishes are going to build up if you're home all day. People are having snacks. So I try to do the afternoon dishes. And then I'll even do, there may be even more dishes after the dinner dishes. So we do dishes 3 to 5 times a day, but because I don't have to do them all, it doesn't feel overwhelming at all. It's kind of like just spreading the workload. And now Moses has started drying some of the dishes after lunch with Boaz. So that's really adorable.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow,
That's how you made it for me.
hold you in my arms.
I was like, cut the middle, then somehow you attach.
World around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you,
So I have an idea for a dessert tonight for my kids. I think it's inspired from an actual recipe. I haven't made it, but I think my mom's made it, where it like involves saltine crackers, butter, brown sugar. I'm not really sure what else, but I'm gonna spread saltine crackers out on this pan, and then in here I'm gonna melt coconut oil, peanut butter, and chocolate chips, and then I'm gonna pour it over the saltine crackers. Some of the crackers I'm going to sprinkle walnuts on, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge, and it's going to harden because of the coconut oil, and then I will break them or cut them apart, and I think it's going to be really good, like crunchy, sweet, and salty. Let's see how it turns out.